Hello, my name is Niu Chan and welcome to Fingerstyle For The World, my lesson series where I strive to help guitarists all around the world become better musicians. And today we're going to be talking about voice leading and more specifically good chord voice leading when you're playing fingerstyle guitar. Now, the idea of voice leading may seem daunting or perhaps you have no idea what voice leading is, but don't worry, I'm going to be breaking it down step by step so that you will understand what is voice leading and be able to apply it in your own playing immediately. I'll also be analyzing a musical example so you can see what it sounds like, or rather hear what it sounds like. And understanding voice leading and applying good voice leading techniques is going to elevate your playing to the next level, which will separate you from other guitarists. So with that, let's get started. Well, first things first, what is voice leading? Well, in traditional Western choirs, you would find that the whole is comprised of various parts or voices, and these are often called the soprano, alto, tenor, and bass parts, or SATB for short. And basically what they are is different melody lines that are sung at different registers. So, for example, the lower registers would be sung by the men, which would encompass the bass and the tenor parts or voices. And the higher two registers, which will be sung by women most often, is the alto and the soprano part. Now, with all these individual parts sounding simultaneously, the relationship or the sensation that your ear hears from the interaction of all these various notes creates the sensation of harmony. And this is what gives rise to harmony, at least in a choir setting. Well, good voice leading or voice leading is the nature of how each individual note of each voice moves from one note to the next. And smooth voice leading means that each note moves by small little steps, usually stepwise motion, a tone or a semitone, and usually within the same key or the scale that you are in. Well, if you are jumping all around from one note to another note that's really far away, that's called leaping. More often than not, the voice leading is not going to be very smooth. It's going to be sounding very disjunct, and it sounds as though your music is just jumping from one place to the other. It's not to say that it's bad, but aesthetically, more often than not, you will want to go for smooth voice leading. And although this is more often discussed in classical music, we can totally apply it on the guitar, and I'm going to show you how with a musical example. So the musical example we'll be doing today is my arrangement of the beautiful hymn, The Solid Rock. And I do have a full video performance of it, and you can find the link in the description so you can go listen to it. But today, I'm just going to be playing you a short excerpt of it. Now, as I'm playing, I want you to notice how on my left hand, I'm always staying in relatively the same fretboard position for most of the song. Alright? And this is the key and the secret to getting good voice leading. So with that, here's The Solid Rock. Well, as I was playing, did you notice that my left hand was always around this general area? And that's the key to good voice leading, because if your hands are not jumping around the fretboard, naturally neither will your notes. So, for example, if I were to play it like this instead, it's very obvious when the chord is changing and the notes are just moving from a high register to a low register to an even lower register and then going all the way back up here. Now that's not exactly smooth voice leading, but something like this. Now that is smooth, and I like that a little bit better. Of course, that's not to say you can't do leaps. Aesthetically, that's a choice that you can make, and within the context of a whole song, I don't mean to say that you can only play in one fretboard area. Just perhaps within that short musical phrase, stay within a single area to achieve good voice leading, and then you can move around throughout the entire piece of music. It's subjective and it differs from musical piece to the next. Alright, now I've got a musical exercise for you to apply this technique of good voice leading into your playing immediately. And we're going to be deriving the material from the song The Solid Rock, but we're just going to be taking the chords. Now, you can download all the materials on my website and the link is in the description below, so do check it out. But for now, I've printed out this exercise and take a look at it. We've just got 4 chords. We're in the key of F major. We've got F, C, B flat, and F. Now, if you follow exactly on the tab and in the diagrams shown here, you'll be able to achieve good voice leading automatically. Alright, even if you have no idea what the individual notes are, as long as your fretting position is generally in the same area, you're good to go. So that's the beauty and sort of the little hack in guitar playing. Alright, so we're gonna just play this together. If you've got the materials, if you can play along, do play along. Alright, so I'm gonna be counting us in 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're gonna begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, if you were able to play that, you would already automatically have achieved good voice leading. Now, imagine if you played a different permutation of these chords. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, generally, our fretting position for that particular variation is still generally around the same area, and that's considered still acceptable. Alright, so from here, C to B flat, that's fine. What if we did it here? What if we started F here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 to B flat, 2, 3, 4, and then back to F. Well, our fretting position was in the same area as well, and that's also good voice leading. So how do you unlock this material so that you know how to play the same chord progression in various areas around the fretboard? Well, I put together a series of guides that's going to help you a lot. So I printed out a copy here, but you can go to my website and download it. So there's the scale position guide, but the one that's going to help you out for today's material is the chord position guide, alright? So you can see here we've got open chord shapes and we've got movable chord shapes as well. So just as an example, for the exercise that we were doing today, for the F chord, we were using the A major shape, like this. And for the C chord, we were using the E shape, like this. And for the B flat chord, we were using the D major shape. And then back to F in the A shape. Alright, and then you can use all these other chord shapes to figure out how you can play the same chord progression in different positions. Alright. Well, I want you to remember that being a good musician is about knowing how to apply these musical concepts to your playing. And that's what's going to separate you from just the guitarists, right? You need to be creative and you need to be sensitive to use the toolkits, the musical toolkits in your arsenal to create good music. And the beauty of the guitar is that it's so simple. You don't need to know the individual notes. You just need to keep your left hand in generally the same position and you're good to go. Alright, so feel free to leave any comments and questions. I'll try my best to answer them. Do follow along with my musical journey. I release new videos every week, music videos and lessons on those music videos so that you can learn and grow in your own musical journey as well. So until next time, I will see you again. Goodbye.